required for the games, as well as the games itself, spectators and operations and their impacts, as well as the legacy, which is the use of the venues and structures post-games. They identified 4 venue biggest hitters, which include the Olympic Park Works, the Olympic Village, as well as the Media Center, and Stadium and Aquatic Centers. Okay, so if we can compare 2 buildings, one from our study and one that they did in their London carbon study, we can look at the, let's look at the Richmond Oval and the Olympic Stadium. So we can start by looking at the seating size for the Oval. We can see that there's roughly 8,000 seats in the building. For the London Stadium, you can see that it's 80,000 seats, which is much bigger, which, as you can see, will produce a much greater CO2 equivalent. But we can't really look at it like this because we have to look at it per, for a functional unit. So if we take it per seat, we can actually see that the amount of CO2 equivalent which is produced is roughly half less for the London Stadium. Okay, so I'd like to wrap up this presentation today with a few conclusions. First, we'd like to say that LCA is a symptom of the change in the way we design products. So LCA is really important, and we see it coming as a big factor in the coming years, as well as you can see that our results are found in the UBC Seeds library. Okay, so LCA data also showed us the link between decisions, products, process, and the environment. So we start with our thinking and our decision making, come up with our products, and we link that with the process and the environment. This code was really important to us when we were doing our study. You can't manage what you can't measure. So what LCA tries to do is allows us to obtain quantifiable data, which will allow us to measure our impacts on the environment. All right, so some different things I'd like to say to all of you. Products are green, prove it. So what LCA is trying to do here is we're going to try and provide quantifiable data for companies and other people who call themselves green. Previously, if you called yourself green, you didn't really have any data that could back you up and say, listen, this is the number that we're producing, and we're green. We're doing our best to reduce our impact. So LCA will actually now provide us data to show everybody to the rest of the world that we can prove that we're trying to make a positive impact on the world. Okay, so a couple recommendations we'd like to propose. LCA would ideally like to be applied during the design phase of building design. So the reason we think that this is so important is because we can really drive costs down. LCA can be time consuming. However, if you were to integrate it into your design phase, it could actually decrease the amount of time required, thus driving down costs, as well as it could change the way we make building design decisions. So we could have a couple different designs, and with this, we might have to choose this a specific design based on the impacts, because we can see that it actually produces much less impacts than another given design. And LCA is only as good as the methods used and the database is available. Right now, we're at the beginning stages of LCA, and we believe that with the more studies we do, the bigger the database will grow, as well as there's plenty of chances for uncertainty. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to maximize our accuracy while minimizing costs at the same time. As well, we'd like to improve the methodology and improve the databases, as I said. As well as provide the tools for specialists to contribute, so we'd like to see other people getting involved. As well as we'd like to create an online tool to more easily share reports and results. If we can get the word out about LCA to the world, more people will follow. So right now, globally, LCA is currently being integrated at all scales of sustainable development guidelines. And this includes the LEED and ASHRAE standards, as well as the International Green Construction Code and the International Organization for Standardization for Sustainability in Building Construction. So in conclude, we'd like to thank the previous 2 classes of Civil 498C, as well as Kaysian Architects and Wolf Laser, as well as Canada Design, the City of Richmond, Dr. Paul McFarlane, and the UBC Sustainability Office and the UBC Records Department, as well as Athena and On Center Software, as well as all of you for coming today. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for coming, and if anybody has any questions, if you have any suggestions or where you see LC going in the future, please feel free to share or ask away.